Good evening. We're in Studio 6B. It's Saturday, January 4th, 2024, and I'm reading the book of World War II hero, John J. Jeckovich. How are you doing this evening, Mr. Jeckovich?
Good.
You're looking well with new pants, shoes, socks, and a jacket. So you're pretty warm?
No.
You're warm?
I'm warm, yeah.
Yeah, you're looking well. You're looking well. How was your day?
Good.
I heard through the grapevine that you're writing another book.
Oh, yeah, I'm started.
Well, God bless you, and I hope it's as good as this one. How many pages is this book?
Which one? The one I'm writing?
Yeah, this one you already completed.
Oh, it's complete 849 pages.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of writing. God bless you. Mr. Jeckovich is a World War II combat veteran from Company H, 2nd Battalion, the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. Okay, what's the passcode here, Mr. Jeckovich?
420965.
Okay, that's his dog tag number that opens up the laptop that enables me to read. So, the book is titled Their Mother's Sons. We're on chapter 22, page 721, The Wedding and the Poconos. The Wedding and the Poconos. We have a lot of pages of this to read. So, would you want to read a few pages, or you want me to?
No, go ahead, read it, go ahead.
Okay, anytime while I'm reading right now, just interject if there's any comments, but I'm going to try to put at least a couple pages behind me, okay? This is at the Poconos and the honeymoon. We ran the chute several more times, each time finding it more exhilarating and breathtaking. That's a toboggan chute. We never went back to the shorter toboggan chute. After dinner that night, we returned to the cabin. Each of us took a fast shower and readdressed appropriately for a dance, which was to be held in the main lodge. I was reluctant to attend, but Delphine wanted to savor the nightlife, so I condescended her for the sake of my curiosity. This was another perception I discovered about Delphine. She liked to dress up in her best finery. I cannot say I objected to it, for she did it so well. She wore a two-piece navy blue suit with a blouse undershirt underneath her suit jacket. I exclaimed with admiration that I liked her best the way she appeared now. Now she smiled and pronated her right angle out and jutting angle and made it so inviting. I put my arms around her waist. I pressed her body. She turned to her subtly, and my lips touched her cheek, and her lips searching for mine. You'll ruin my makeup, Delphine said. She sighed ruefully, thrusting her lips onto mine. Her warm lips caressed mine. I enjoyed the dance. I knew Delphine was enchanted by it all, as her joyful radiated outwardly. The band played all the right musical numbers. From Glenn Miller's String of Pearls to Nat King Cole's Mona Lisa. It certainly brought back many memories of my time in the service and shared some of them with Delphine as we danced or sat out on an occasional number. Do you remember all that dancing?
Oh, yeah, I remember all that, yeah.
Was the fireplace on?
Big fireplace there, yeah.
It was very exciting. The people attending were cordial, and the setting in a large recreational room was warm and inviting, with its huge stone fireplace emitting its hospitable and glowing iridescence against the paneled walls and timbered ceiling. In the remainder of our time here, we would look forward to other dances which would be memorable and something we would cherish for the longest period. The dance was over a little after midnight. Delphine retrieved her shoe boots to make the snow-covered walk to our cabin. As I waited for Delphine, I scanned the bulletin board for upcoming events. There were hay rides. Did you take any hay rides?
Yeah, we took one hayride, yeah.
Well, scheduled every night. The ski lifts are operating until midnight, and the ice skating on the lake was a continuous event, as were the toboggan chutes and sled trails. There was also outdoor barbecues. You go to any of them?
Barbecues?
Outdoor barbecues?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Community sing-alongs, nature walks, and cross-country skiing. Did you go to any of the community sing-alongs?
No, went to cross-country skiing, though.
That was good?
Yeah.
All in all, it was a fairly active programs along nature walks and cross-country skiing. And there was certainly something for to do during your waking hours. So they had a great big schedule at the Poconos.
Yeah.
Is the Poconos still in business today?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. But it was very nice when you attended, correct?
Yeah.
We talked about the excellent time we're having at that time was fleeting by rapidly. Before we knew it, we'd be back in our own little world again. What's your own little world again?
Real world?
Which you said soon you'd be back in your own little world
It's
again.
routine living. Working,
Like what would that be?
Working, and all that nonsense.
And then you'd be back in Niagara Falls, right?
Yeah.
But you debated at times about moving to the Poconos.
Well, yeah, we were going to buy a house up there, too.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Let's see. It was something we usually did not see back home, and we were impressed with the display it afforded us. So the night air was very crisp and clear. I held her hand as we walked slowly, occasionally looking up at the million stars visible in the sky. So there's a lot of stars.
Oh, yeah, that's clear, yeah.
Wasn't that wonderful? Did you see many stars?
Shooting stars.
Shooting stars. Did you see many stars in Niagara Falls?
No. It was all misty, all smoky.
All smoky. And why was it smoky?
Because they got companies that don't working there.
Do you remember Love Canal?
Oh, yeah, they're still talking about it on the radio.
There's chemicals still oozing from the ground.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And many people moved back there.
Yeah. It was cheaper. They go out cheaper.
Yeah, you buy a house for like $3,000.
Yeah.
And they moved back there. I think your health is is worth more than that. Let's see. We walked back. We talked about the excellent times we were having, and the time was fleeting away. We entered our cabin, and it was warm and comfortable inside. There was an aroma of pine paneling throughout the cabin, so you had a lot of pine paneling.
Yeah.
We both remarked regarding it and thought it'd be remarkable that we both affected by it. I motioned for Delphine to sit by me on the couch as I turned on a little radio we had brought with us. So you brought the radio with you?
Yeah, a little brown radio.
And so there was no TV, right?
No.
No TV. We sat there and listened to the local news and the events that were happening in the nearby towns of Whitehaven and Hazleton. Do you remember going through Whitehaven?
Whitehaven, yeah.
And Hazleton? It was almost 1 a.m. I just realized that I was sleepy and tired. I remarked about it and replied that it was getting late and that we wanted to get up early for the nature walk scheduled the next morning. She wanted to take a shower before retiring, as I did, and was waiting for me to make the first move. I reluctantly got up, retrieved my toilet article, and headed for the bathroom and shower. This was one area that we were experiencing some difficulty in adjusting to. We both could not get used to one another being in the same room in our general area when we retired. Delphine had showered and brushed her teeth and whatever else women do in the bathroom, entered the living room. Let's go to bed, she hastily getting up, shedding her silken jacket. I followed her close to her and touching. During our walk, the next morning we had an early breakfast and left for the nature walk a little after 9 p.m. How was the breakfast there?
Food was good, yeah.
Nature walk after 9 a.m. It took almost most of the morning, which encompassed several miles of walking and stopping at select parts to hear discussions on various subjects. One was a beaver dam. You ever seen a beaver dam?
Oh, a beaver dam. The beavers could build dams for it. They could build dams.
And they could
One piece at a time.
And they could cause a lot of damage
Yeah,
too.
flood a lot of places there.
Yeah, they can cause a lot of damage too. An interesting fact about beaver dams, not too far from my house in Blowing Rock, down the Blue Ridge Parkway, several miles, when you get into the outskirts of Asheville, the beavers were making dams were destroying the landscape.
Yeah.
They could go through a 30-inch log with no trouble at all.
Huh.
They could destroy their landscapes. So the geniuses in the city council said to get rid of they couldn't get rid of the beavers. They had a hard time killing them. So the geniuses says, let's go to the lakes where the beavers are destroying Mother Nature, and let's put in several alligators. So the alligators could eat the beavers.
Oh, alligators?
Yeah, they brought in alligators
Oh, Jesus.
to eat the beavers. So it backfired. The first cold winter, all the alligators died and the beavers flourished. You're not going to mess with Mother Nature. So some genius, they probably spent $1 million bringing these alligators in. Yeah, so let's see. One of the beaver dams, where a group of beavers had built a dam across the stream, they were hard working, devising tunnels and pathways surrounding it. And another reason why beavers are always chewing and gnawing on this wood is basically to build dams, and secondly, their teeth constantly grow.
Yeah,
Their teeth are constantly growing. You know, in order to keep the teeth down to somewhat of a normal level, they got to keep on chewing on trees. Yeah. Like sanding them down. During our walk, we began to get acquainted with several couples, and were also on their honeymoon, and about the same age as Delphine and I. The couples were from New York City. B and Steve made their initial overturn to become acquainted. Delphine went along with their goodwill, but did not pursue it as vigorously as they did. B was a Regiment college graduate, was employed as a large brokerage house in the city. She would not waste too much time in letting us know that her current condition, and it seemed like that every other sentence was regarding her position she had attained or the school she had graduated from. She was unaware that she was repeating herself, but it was obvious to us. So this lady kept on telling you about her college education.
Yeah.
And she's working in a brokerage house.
Yeah.
Damn, that's boring.
Huh. And we were strangers too.
Yeah. B was a recent college. Okay. Steve, her new husband, had also completed college and was employed at the large bank in the city. Although he did not display the same braggadocio that this wife B did achieve, he made up for it in other ways. He would constantly relate us.
15.
He would constantly relate to us exalted position that he occupied at the bank, when in reality Delphine and I realized he had only an entry-level position.
Yeah.
So he had an entry-level position, and he was talking like a great...
Big baker.
Yeah. Still going on today. Probably more so today. Of course, we never suggested this observation to Steve, but he did remind me of another person with the same name. So he reminded you of your brother.
Yeah, Steve.
And you gave this book to your brother Stephen to read, right?
Yeah.
He's sure he loved it. We attempted to avoid them as much as possible, but they were determined to seek us out and become a warm nerve until they left a few days later. So this is what you're trying to get away from.
Yeah, we were trying to get away from them.
And they're just chasing you around.
Yeah, they're just chasing it around. Me and Steve. Yeah.
Kind of like later in your life when Belinsky built the house 3 feet from yours, and then he moved from downstairs to upstairs to have a locker next to you.
Yeah.
Yes. Although they did not, the other couple was Eleanor and John, were from Pennsylvania, and were a more subdued couple than Bea and Steve. Although they did not talk much about their personal lives, they did mention they were both employed as teachers in the local schools in Pittsburgh. They were a quiet couple, not given to the antics of that Bea and Steve were noted for. Although we preferred them for our company, we did not make it a point to assert ourselves upon them. Delphine and I would rather be together only and not have to be
Accompanied by somebody.
Yeah, keeping up a running conversation with people we'll never see again. Did you ever see these people again?
No.
They were interesting up to a point, but after that, it seemed like it was a rehearse of the same thing over and over and over again. Of course it was. Of course it was. Neither Delphine nor I related to much of their personal information to either couple, and I imagine they found us intriguing to a degree, if only to find out more about us. They're both staying at the lodge, which suggested their financial situation was such that they were accommodated at the less expensive facility. To hear Bea and Steve talk, they had it in reverse. They assumed the lodge was the more preferred and expensive place to be, and that was the reason that they were staying there. That's a good point. Their topics became a discussion of Delphine and me, and we've referred to Bea and Steve at times several months after that from our honeymoon. So even after your honeymoon, you made kind of like jokes about them.
Yeah.
Until finally they were erased from our memory. We had taken pictures of both couples, and we still retained them in the old photo album. Do you know where that photo album is?
No.
No? Okay. It'd be fun to find.
Yeah, hard to find. Yeah.
We would seek them out perhaps once a year about the time of our marriage in February, and we would still recall the vivid impressions and reactions they had instilled in us. Minutes, please. Bea and Steve, huh?
Yeah.
11.
Bea and Steve, holy shit. Holy shit, Bea and Steve. We got used to a routine at the lodge, and we spent a part of our evening there after dinner. The huge fireplace was a favorite spot to be, and it'd always be a radio turned on softly to hear the news and the local happenings with soft mood music. Besides the dances we attended regularly, there were also movies and slideshows. Do you remember what the slideshows were about?
Slideshows were different pictures they took around the country.
Did they know you're a World War II veteran?
No,
Was there any other World War II veterans there?
I don't know.
Okay. So it wasn't a big thing, not people talked about it then, right?
No.
With a variety of other functions, such as ski lessons and indoor miniature slope and lectures from the surrounding colleges, giving us talks on a variety of subjects. Did you ever go to lectures?
Lectures?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a couple of the same old stuff, yeah.
What was it about?
Oh, about anatomy, about houses, about the scenery here.
There were also demonstration on snowshoes and camping out in the winter. Did you ever Did you ever order any snowshoes?
No,
No?
we rented those there. They're pretty good. Let me see that. Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to kick this guy right in the balls for sending this note?
Huh?
Wouldn't you like to kick this guy right in the balls for sending this note? Nothing else to do but bitch. I hate when people bitch, bitch, bitch. Kick him in the fucking balls and send them on their way. See that note we found in there?
Yeah.
See that note? That son of a bitch. All right, let's see where I was before I was rudely interrupted by some bullshit note. Let's see, bullshit note. Let's see, where the hell was I? Okay. Hold on a second. Delphine would be content to settle down here if I was willing to, but she understood probably better that it would never come to pass. It was fun looking at the newly built homes. Were they nice?
Oh, yeah.
Were they priced right?
Well, the prices are right, too, yeah.
Yeah.
I could afford it at that time.
Yeah.
I could afford it, yeah.
Yeah, nice settings.
Yeah.
Plenty of elbow room.
Yeah.
And no Belinsky.
And Olinsky. We had 2 or 3 acres.
Oh, that would have been beautiful. Oh, that would have been beautiful. Nestles in the woods, away from the tumultuous city life. There was one builder in particular, Bozak Builders, whom we had special affinity toward, drawing us to him immediately. We looked at several homes he had built and were once attracted to them. They were not stately mansions or prolific structures, nor were they just cabins in the woods. They were built of stone or brick with large expanses of glass, and they all had wonderful views of the countryside. That sounds nice.
And they were what, $27,000?
Yeah. The insides were well designed, with at least 3 bedrooms and large recreational area, something unheard of then.
The heating system was good too.
Oh yeah? What kind of heating?
They did have cellars, yeah. They did have cellars.
I love cellars, don't you?
Oh yeah,
You could put a game room down there, you could put your tool
Yeah.
room,
yeah,
workshop.
yeah.
The kitchens were modern with large eating areas, and the floors were of ceramic tile. Something both Delphine and I approved of were the bedrooms on the second floor with an additional bathroom. We spent many hours trekking through the woods looking for Mr. Bozak's creations. We always went alone, and I do not believe anyone else was interested in settling down here or even thought of it, so most of the other honeymooners weren't interested.
No,
Oh. We would fantasize about it and imagine that it was our escape mechanism to avoid or reject the reality that lay ahead of us. We would soon discover that our into a fantasy was only an insight of indication of the events to come. We would in later years rediscover our journey into this world and would take on a new meaning and significance. Okay, here we go.
how could we live there? How could we live? I have to get a stupid job.
And your mother.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and my mother.
So
yeah.
it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
It wouldn't work. Logistically, it wouldn't work. We met Bea and Steve at the toboggan chute one morning. They informed us this was their last day and they'd be leaving the next morning. They gave us their address and told us to write to them. Naturally, we said we would, but never did.
yeah,
And we never saw them again.
yeah. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Eleanor and John left several days earlier and only mentioned that they were leaving in the most casual manner.
That was Pennsylvania, guys from Pennsylvania. Yeah.
I believe they were more mature than Bea and Steve and realized only too well that we would never see each other again. It was sad in a way, inasmuch as we thought of them and would have liked to have them as friends, but we too realized it would never materialize, and it was evident that it was a mutual understanding, so none of us made an issue out of it. I Our last few days at Split Rock, we spent pretty much to ourselves. The new group had arrived at the end of the week, had already made their selection of companions and lodge friends. There were only a few couples like us who were staying until Saturday or Sunday, so we were not sought out by the people coming in. It was just as well, as we wanted the last few days to ourselves to do whatever we pleased and not be governed by someone's fancy or desire. It had been snowing lightly almost every day, and that we were here, an accumulation of snow on the ground, which made it pleasant and memorable. Delphine was skating less frequently, and towards the end of our stay, we had given it up entirely. So too much, you gave up skating altogether. So too much of a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Too much of a good thing. Yeah, that's what happens in life, yeah. We had gone on to the toboggan chute several times, but that too lost its appeal.
Yeah.
Just like you living in Niagara Falls all your life, you didn't really look at the thundering waters anymore.
Yeah.
Just didn't care anymore. But people would come from around the world to see it. Just like, living on the ocean, every day you wake up, you look at the ocean down below, and after a while you just take it for granted. So here we go. Delphine had become more engaging in our personal since our marriage, and I found it attractive and inspiring. We still had not resolved. Wait. Let's see. Hold it. Wait a minute. This is X. Okay, I'm getting to it. Minutes, please. In reality, we wanted to get home to whatever lay ahead of us when we got there. The phase of our honeymoon at the lodge was only a stopping off place, a transitional juncture in our own little world. Minutes, please. What were they?
2.
Okay. So you had a beautiful time at the Poconos, right?
Yeah.
But enough of enough.
Yeah, we know we couldn't make anything out of it.
But you could only go ice skating so many days.
Yeah.
You could only use a toboggan chute.
Yeah.
And at this point, you wanted to get home and get everything going.
Get a regular life.
Move into the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like everyone believes the grass is greener on the other side, but once you get on that green side, it gets monotonous as your old side.
Yeah.
It gets monotonous of your old side. On the way back, when you're driving back to Niagara Falls, New York, did you have to install the chains on
I
your
put the
tires?
chains on because there was a lot of snow up there. I put the chains on. I drove 10 miles and had to take the chains off. It was all dry.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize once you put a chain on and you hit dry cement, they'll might rip off on themselves and destroy the side of your car by a whipping chain.
Around, yeah.
Yeah.
Loose end.
Did you use chains a lot in Niagara Falls?
Did I use the chain? No, I had the 4-wheel drive.
So you didn't need the chains?
No.
Minutes, please.
1.
So that's interesting. That's interesting. Still, in many parts of North Carolina, the roads are marked. It'll be a violation if you don't have chains during certain winter months, mostly
or
up in...
safety sticker. They pulled me back for a safety sticker.
What happened there?
Well, we stopped for checking out at one of the places. The guard showed me and said, "You don't have a safety sticker on his windshield."
Oh, you have to have a sticker on your windshield.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
He said, "Well, you're a safe driver."
Okay, because your car wasn't inspected?
No, it wasn't inspected. It was just the idea that they wanted a safe inspection on the car.
Oh, I didn't know that,
I
man.
mean, they figured the New York State
15
would guarantee my
seconds.
safety of the car.
Huh?
15 seconds.
So if you don't have a sticker, inspection sticker, a safety sticker on
Well,
your
they
car,
made a big fuss about it. I had to go back twice.
or you to go to court?
Five
No,
seconds.
yeah, I went to court. This judge was blind and deaf.